play in this second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
On play action, they'll throw. He's got time in the pocket. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
First down, he'll drop to throw. Finding time. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Now that was kind of interesting. It appears this coaching staff really trusts this rookie early in his career. They want to get him a touchdown here in his NFL debut.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. To the football, it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky, but that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Surveying the field. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
The Texans send the punter out. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A beautiful fake. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Back to throw now on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
The Colts send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And here comes the Texans now. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They come up in an offset eye.
Green 39. Green 39.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them. 3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. They'll look to throw here. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and that will come the offense as they take over. And the Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
All right, here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Colts have tied things up. They can take the lead with the extra point. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that one puts them on top here in the third. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now let's go. Blue Lightning. Blue Lightning.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Green 39. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got time. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, That's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurt into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here, a 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a play fake here on first down. Deep drop. Wide open receiver complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Gun. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And now a first down following that long gain. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And that score gives us our 6th lead change of the game.
Are we back on the playground on the seesaw?
A little seesaw battle,
right?
Yeah.
Up and down, up and down. What a game we've watched here.
It's been fun. A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Fresh set of downs here. They go play action here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. Going for it all. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he slings one that's incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. All right, so this one's now back within a field goal, and if anybody tells you they see how this one's going to end, I'd have to say they're probably lying, Charles.
And this game's had more twists and turns than a good mystery novel. And I have a feeling we've got a few more twists and turns in store for us before they shake hands here.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They run the counter now on first down. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Third down and 5. Another pistol look here. Out of the gun now on third down. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got his man on the crossing route. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Throwing right, and that's complete. A good pickup there at 22. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's got this one down to the 10. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
And they'll run it here. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. 6 yards still to go here on second and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on the play of the game now, 4th and goal. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so, but this was not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
Now the Colts defensive unit trots back out there, and everything's going to rest on this drive. Can they keep them out of field goal range, because a field goal would win it?
So now you're in that position of you can't just back off and give them easy throws. At the same time, you don't want to press them so hard they go over the top and beat you deep. So you're playing a tight defense with an idea that you have the lead. Whatever you do, don't let them in the field goal range and give that up.
Maybe tight but not too tight. Right?
Exactly. I mean, it's perfect, right? It's kind of like lacing up your shoes. Get it exactly right and no more.
See if they lace them right. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He's back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Shut down, shut down. Hey, watch left, watch left. Down to lose one. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a one-point victory. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Indianapolis, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the one-point victory here in the opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.